What's up, guys? It's your Week 14 recap, and what a week it was. A lot happened this week. I mean, a lot. But we're going to talk about the matchups first. Save the best for last. Week 14, get your brooms out. Victor went and swept Heath. That's the first sweep of for this week. Oh man, I'm getting so excited. All these broom stuff, dude. I think I even clean my camera with that. Oh, phew. Cody swept me, dude. Beat me 10-1-1. Get the brooms out, dude. That chicken good, Liam? Yeah, looks pretty good. Josh, he swept Brandon. Get the brooms out. You want the broom now, Liam? Here you go, baby. He beat Brandon 7-4-1 this week. Oh, thanks, Liam. Okay, I'll keep the broom. I ain't trying to get swept this week, though. And to the people that didn't get swept this week, saved their season series, John beat Derek 6-5-1. The trade helped out John. Derek didn't have one of his better weeks. Only 53s made this week for Derek. That's, I think, a career low for Derek ever being in this league. 50 in 1 week. Congratulations to John, though, on a much-needed win. Maybe the curse is off your team. Maybe. Sean beat Callie 7-4-1. I might have projected that. Might have. I'll have to go back and check because I'm not usually too right. So congratulations to Sean on a big win. Hate to see Callie keep falling off, but I mean, that's what happens. You got to get some guards. Not many pickups this year for you, but we'll talk about that later. And Rusty beat Brett. This is no typo. Rusty beat Brett 6-5-1. Make it 3 in a row? I think 3? Okay, Liam, you can come up here. I think it's 3 in a row now for Rusty. Oh! Big win over the defending champ, 6-5-1. So, hey, huge congratulations to Rusty. Talk about Brett's team later as well. Got a lot in store. But moving on to week 15. 3, 4, I don't know, is it 4? 3 or 4 matchups left. But remember, next week's matchup is 2 weeks long. Yeah, this is my guess, by the way, Liam. Taking in for Rusty this week. He'll try to give us some insight. Maybe have his own segment. Probably not, but like I'm saying, how many ever matchups there are, add a week to it. I think there's 4, maybe 3. Next week is a double, so whoever you play next week, you're playing them for 2 weeks because of the All-Star break. Yeah, the All-Star break. So, but week 15, matchup of the week. Might come as a shocker to you guys of who I put in it. But Heath is playing John. They just had a crucial trade. I think more crucial to John than it was Heath. Well, I don't know. I think it hurt Heath a lot. But I want to see how it really folds out. I think it helped out John drastically. I'm projecting it a tie 6-0 before the trade. I gave it to Heath 8-4-0, maybe 9-3-0. So we'll see. That's something I want to keep an eye on this week, is how it hurts them in a head-to-head matchup. Rest of the league, Cody's playing Callie. Cody's team's not playing bad. Whomped me last week. I'm going to give it up to Cody, give him a 7-4 win over a struggling Callie team right now. Come on, Liam, stop wearing my shirt. Sean's playing Brett. Sean's team played very well last week. Do I think it stops? No. I don't know if it'll be that good this week. But I am going to say Sean wins 7-3-2. 2 ties. I don't know what they're going to be in, but 2 ties. Mark it down. And if that happens, it'll be 3 straight losses for Brett. So that's something to keep an eye on for yourself. Everyone at home watching this video. Victor's playing Brandon. Victor ain't going to tell you that this is his upset pick because, he's playing Brandon, but he loves Brandon because of how hard he tries. Just loves seeing Breezy get wins. He did mention that he likes your team and he's a little scared, but he probably really ain't scared. It's just some talk. I really am intrigued about it. This was close to matchup of the week. It was very close. But I think Victor wins 7-4-1. Could be closer, and it could be worse, but I'm rooting for you, Brandon, because I love seeing what you're doing. Josh is playing Derek. Huge indications for both teams here. Derek's barely holding on to that 1 seed, and Josh is coming for the 2 seed. Josh wins this week 8-4-0 to continue his streak on for that 2 seed. And Sean's creeping up too for that 2 seed. Didn't mention that earlier in his matchup. So if I projected him to win too, so he'll get even closer too if the projections are right, which they never are. I play Rusty. Not getting swept by Rusty. I will not let him win 4 in a row. Winning 7-4-1 this week. As I mentioned last week, I was winning 7-4-1. I got killed. So I hope that's not a trend of me projecting myself to win 7-4-1 and getting killed. So no sweep from Rusty. I'm winning. I really hope, because I don't want to bring the broom out next week for that one. All right, moving on to standings, though. Not much shakeup. Just people gaining ground and losing ground. Only I think me and Josh flip-flop seeds, and that was about the only thing that really happened. But Derek has the best record still. First one to reach 100 wins. Congratulations. We'll give you some confetti for reaching 100 wins before everyone else. We'll do that confetti, and we'll drop down some confetti. So congratulations to Derek. He has a record of 104, 50, and 14. That's obviously the best record, and he's first in the East. The second seed is Heath, as of now, with an 83, 73, 12 record. He's first in the West. He's went down record-wise for I think the past 3 weeks, maybe just past 2. Yeah, Liam, I love how you're being my guest over there. You're being a great guest, by the way. Oh, you're welcome, man. But I honestly, I don't know if the 2 seed will have an over 500 record. I really don't. But I hope one does. Whoever the 2 seed is, I hope they have a winning record going to the playoffs. Third is Brett with a 99, 56, 13 record. He's 5.5 games back of Derek. About 4 weeks ago, it looked like he was going to take it over for sure. Brett's hit a bumpy path right now. So, I hope the champ gets it back. It's bad seeing the champ in the playoffs and not put up much of a fight. So, thank you, little man. But I firmly believe he'll be fine. Fourth is Victor with a 97, 58, 13 record. He's 7.5 games back of Derek, 2 games back of Brett. Victor really wants a bye week. He can't stress it enough. He doesn't want to have to change his team name to the first round Ballers. So he's got a rough path to try to get a bye week as well, because that's a very tight division and his schedule is not very on his side. Fifth is Cody with a 95, 61, 12 record. He's 10. You okay? He's 10 games back of Derek. So 3, 4, 5 are all within 4.5 games of being flip flopped around. So the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever it is, really huge for these 3 teams, 4 teams adding Derek, because 10 games separates all 4. But 4.5 separates the 3. So we'll see. I think there's going to be a lot of shakeup. Maybe one of them, maybe Cody gets the 4 seed, and maybe someone comes down and ends up playing first round. I don't know. We'll find out. Very exciting. This is the most exciting year I've ever been a part of. It's so much fun. I don't know who's going to win it this year. Early on, it was Brett, clear cut. Just go ahead and just give him the trophy. Now it's just like, whoa, I don't know now. But moving on in the standings list, Callie sitting at 6th, where she's set most of the year, with an 80, 70, 18 record. She's 22 games back of Derek, mathematically still in it. But to me, I don't think she has a chance at getting the 1 seed. I think she'll actually end up finishing under 500. I don't know her last 2 games, honestly. But I think she has a very high possibility of ending up with her first ever losing record. 7th is Sean with a 75, 80, 13 record. He's 7.5 games back of Heath. He's 5 games off of getting back to 500. Something I know he's really trying to do, and he's wanting that 2 seed. Just a better path to the championship. 7.5 games back. He's cut it down the past 2-3 weeks. Huge shout out for continuing to be competitive, picking up people, trading, trying to trade. Keep it up. 8th is Josh with a 73-89-6 record. 6 ties. I still can't get over this. It's phenomenal. Congratulations, Josh. You're getting a trophy or award for something for about these ties if you can keep them under 10 by the end of the year. But he's 13 games back of Heath. Still in it, especially still in it. I'm ninth with a 65-89-14 record. I'm 17 games back of Heath. I consider myself out. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my seed. If I want to drop, tank. It's too early to still tell since we have a 2-week matchup coming up. But after that, I will decide what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm not telling anyone what I'm doing. But you'll obviously know if I'm tanking if there's no one in my lineup. 10th is Rusty with a 60-93-15 record. He's 21 games back of Heath and recently said he's actually going to get the 2 seed. So, hey, if you get the 2 seed, you'll get something too. I don't know what. You'll get something for getting the 2 seed if you bring it back. 11th is John with a 57-99-12 record. He's 48 games back of Derek. I think he's now mathematically out. I might have mentioned it last week. I really don't know, but you're the next one to join Brandon at 100 losses. And let's go ahead and get to Brandon in the 12th seed with a 42-112-14 record. He's 40 games back of Heath. I think he's still mathematically in it, but crazy stuff's got to happen. So get that sweep this week over Vic, and hey, we'll talk all about your chances next week. Because that'd be crazy. Get that sweep this week. Get your brooms out. Get that sweep. Sweep him 12-0-0. Get it. Or get swept 12-0-0. What should have happened the last time y'all played. But it didn't. Moving on the power rankings. There's a lot of shock in these power rankings. So pay close attention. Go back and check them and be amazed. First is Victor. No surprise. His team's playing hotter than anyone's. His pickups are playing good. His bums are playing good. He's got a good core, though. There's no doubt about that. I'm not saying he's like a seventh team in this league. He's a top team for sure. Has been all year long. Usually always is. I think he's had 1 or 2 bad years in his 5 or 6 years in the league, or 7 years in the league. Who knows? Yeah, 7 years. 7 years. So that's pretty good to only have 2 bad years, 2 or 3, 1 or 2. I don't know. Second is Josh. Very close second. Very close second. I think Victor would have won 6-5-1. I think 6-5-1, 6-6. I don't know what it was. I think it was actually a tie. Yeah, tie. I apologize. It was a tie, 6-6-0. But Josh couldn't have beat Heath the way Victor handled Heath. And the crazy thing is, Victor only beat Josh by 1 point. 1 point, 748 to 747, I think. So. If not, Josh would have been on top of power rankings this week. 2 straight weeks. That team's hot. Just like his team name. Hot and cold. So we'll figure out what we get this week. Third was Sean. Another just... You guys are going to go back and check and be like, wow. How does this make sense? It don't. It makes no sense. I don't understand what's going on. But Sean's third. Huge congratulations. Keep it up. Go get first in power rankings. Fourth is Cody. He had a very strong start this week. Rondo, I think, was beating my whole team in assists after like 3 games. It was crazy, dude. Rondo had like 20 assists one game, dude. It was bad. It was bad. I ain't gonna mention how bad my team was this week. Fifth was Heath. He's in the top half, but he ended up playing the team that played the best this week. So. It happens. I feel like every time you play Victor, he has a good week. So let's hope y'all can. I know y'all definitely want to meet in the championship game, so I know y'all probably are looking into that and seedings, but I know Victor definitely wants a bye, so I don't think he'll tank to play first round if that's what it takes for you guys getting separate brackets. Sixth is Brandon. 2 straight weeks in the top half. His team's coming along. He made another trade. We'll see how it helps his team this time because every trade's getting him up. Maybe he gets in the top 4 next week. Maybe the top 3. So we'll find out. I'm just shocked. 7th is John. his team went up. It's getting better with that trade, in my eyes. It's getting better in that trade. So we'll see what he does this week. Full team now because that trade happened a little bit in the week. So we'll see what it does with his whole team there now. 8th is Callie. I think 3-4 straight weeks she's been down here. There's no surprise. She's, I guess, still competing. She doesn't pick up many people. So keep it up, whatever you're doing. Hopefully you can get better in 8th next week. 9th is Derek. Oh, go back to Callie. Drummond's not been playing very well as well. So that could be a reason that she's struggling. Because I think she actually did get beat in rebounds this week, which is just mind-blowing. 9th is Derek. Really bad week for Derek, for the person that has the best record and the 1 seed. But I think Derek bounces back this week. I think I had him losing, though. Yeah, I had him losing still, but I think his team does better than they did last week. I don't think he'll be 9th next week. 10th was myself. I had a really poor week. Just players not putting up stats. That's all it is. There's no stats, and I need stats. So maybe they get with it this week, maybe they don't. 11th was Rusty. He beat Brett, but he was 11th. You play anyone else, he would have lost. And poor Brett down here. This is what I'm talking about. This is what you guys are going to look at after this is done. Brett was last this week. Worst team. It's just crazy to think that his team's, is it falling off or is it? I mean, we'll find out next week. We'll see if it bounces back. But I hope his team gets better. He's a huge competitor, and he definitely wants to win. So we're going to find out here in crunch time here sooner or later what his team's up to. But huge surprise seeing him down in 12th. Some side notes, though, that I wanted to get to earlier, but I didn't. First, we'll start off with last week's poll. We had 9 votes. I think you actually can vote on your phones on the mobile app. It kicks you off the app, which I'm very aware of, but I still think it counts your vote. So please, I want to see 12 votes every week, obviously, but 7-2. So 7 people really liked all 3 videos, 2 people didn't. Like I said, I can't see who votes on polls and who doesn't. To the 2 people, I'd love to know why. If you don't want to post a message board, you can happily just message me. I know every one of you have my number. So you can tell me why you didn't like it. Starting next week, we're going to try something different in videos. Cody Blankenship will give you a thumbs up for doing this. Thumbs up. He went out and got a cap card. We're going to try to have 4 people in every video, and it's sort of be like a debate of just topics, so it should switch every week. Cody and myself are going to have to be in every video because we're using Cody's cap card, which is going to be on his computer, and obviously you got to have the commission. It does. I mean, maybe I'll take a week or 2 off and just let some other people go in, but I have no idea who the people are going to be next week. I don't even know if it can hold 4. Might have to do 3, but we're hoping for 4. It's going to be probably on Skype, so I don't know much about it, looking into it, but that was the plan for next week. So I'm going to hit up some people this week, ask if you have Skype. If you don't, download it. We'll arrange a time, and we're all just going to be talking about stuff, like just what's going on. I think that'll be fun. I mean, videos are going to be longer, but I think it'll be fun. Get more of the league involved is what I'm really trying to do. Also, I want to talk about acquisitions. Callie has made 11 moves this year. That's 11 pickups because she's not made a trade. And she has $195 left. Now, if you don't recall, 50 of that went to 1 player. So you can do the math. 11 players. She's missed out on a lot of free agents, and I think that's what's holding Callie's team back this year. She definitely drafted a very good big man core. And I think just no acquisitions have hurt her to where she's at now. Because now the free agents, really, there's not many people there. And that's what we say at the start of every year. There's no one there. But really, people step up and put up good stats, and I think she's just missed out. And I think that's what hurt Callie this year. And if she ends up with her worst record, then I think that's why. And, hopefully that she can change that in the future. Sean has made 137 moves. Huge difference from Callie. He has $113 left. And Sean's philosophy, you know what I'm trying to say. I can't pronounce words. Not in school. Um, he doesn't spend over $1, so and that's counting trades as well in that. So I don't think he has 2 trades. So I don't think he spent over more than $1. I know that's his plan, not to spend, but he might have spent over $1 on some players. But he still has $113 left. I think he's sitting third least with money. So I mean, he's still not bottom, and he's made the most moves. So it's working out. I mean, what I say, third in power rankings this week, so something's clicking for him. John and Heath trade's a topic I wanted to talk about. I think it, like I said, drastically helps John's team. I think it hurts Heath's chances, but I will take back what I said if his team just comes out and balls, just does their thing. Like, I'll eat my own words and just say it. I mean, I have my own opinion. So, he thinks it's going to help him. I mean, he definitely agrees with me that it helped out John's team, but you know, if things get bad for him, he has super trade bait in James Harden. So that's the biggest plus side out of it, but he's got to be able to get rid of him. I'll talk about this week's poll and what it's surrounded by. New poll is up already. Put it up before I started the video. It's how concerned Brett should be about his team. 1 from 10. 10 being the most concerning, obviously. I just want to know if people are actually think Brett's team, people should be concerned, or Brett should be concerned, is what I'm trying to say. I think to a degree Brett should be sort of concerned because even with his injuries before, he was fine. He was always in the top 4 in power rankings. He's falling more and more down. Like I said, 2 straight losses. So I don't know what I'm going to vote on it, but I think he should be somewhat concerned. Some of you at home, Victor, he might not think he should be concerned. You know, maybe John thinks differently. Maybe John's like, yo, that should be an 8. He should be really concerned, 2 straight losses. You know, I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, I can't see who votes on it. But I think a lot of people should vote on this poll. Um, I just like people's opinion. That's all it is. But also, last thing I'm mentioning before I get off here, if you have any concerns, any questions to ask me, feel free to message me. We don't got to talk about it outside of that chat if you don't want to. If you feel like I should change something in the league, happily I'm up for change. I mean, obviously 12-man teams this year, 12 categories. Hey, just speak with your mind. But no keepers, not for that. But until next week, everyone have a great week 15, and I'll see you guys later.